Okay, time to answer a question a bunch of people kept asking me. What defines a legendary camera? Okay, legendary cameras are incredibly few and far between. One legendary camera, for example, and it's a series, would be the X100 series. I mean, there is... Now, if you look at the specification sheet, you'd be like, there's nothing special about this camera. No, the camera is legendary. Obviously, there's the X100S, X100T, now the X100F. The camera is legendary. Now, that's not to say it's not without faults. It has a leaf shutter. It's absolutely amazing. It is deadly silent. It'll do high-speed sync with anything. It's incredible. Now, what about regular interchangeable lens camera? Yeah, you have to be... If anybody throws the word legend around, they're making a mistake. And I've seen a lot of people, like, for example, not that I'm attacking Sony, but here's a perfect example. When the Sony A9 came out, there are all these stupid, and I mean stupid, Sony fanboys. Oh my god, this is a DSLR killer. The reports are coming in left and right of all the heinous issues with that camera. Oh, it's got banding issues. Oh my god, it takes forever for the buffer to clear. You know, there's nothing legendary about it. Oh, but it looks really, 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 really impressive on a specification sheet. Now, when the Nikon D500 came out, I was the first person to review that camera. I said, this is a legendary camera, and I don't use the word legendary lightly at all. A lot of people ask me, what defines a legendary camera? What is it, or the je ne sais quoi of the Nikon D500 that defined it? Now, the Nikon D5 came out. There's nothing legendary about it. It has an optical low-pass filter. Obviously, it is better at insane high ISO. I mean, just absolutely bat crap crazy, insane high ISO performance. Just in the realm of crazy and stupid. Where it's like, I can't see it, but I'm going to shoot it. I don't know too many photographers that take pictures of stuff they can't see. You know, unless you're someone like hunting like Bigfoot or Loch Ness monsters and taking pictures randomly in the dark. I don't know many photographers take pictures of stuff they can't see. The Nikon D500 could already do that. What defined the Nikon D500 as a legendary camera? And I said that and everybody said, oh my god, you're so full of crap. It's a $2,000 DX crop sensor camera. What makes it a legendary camera? It excels in several areas that just make it a jaw dropper. The pixel pitch, if scaled up, would make it a 42 megapixel sensor. It has crazy high ISO performance. The autofocus tracking is unfreaking believable. It is the wet dream camera of wildlife and sports action shooters. Most sports action and wildlife shooters crop the hell out of their images. They don't give a damn about it being a DX sensor. National Geographic photographers that are using $10,000 600mm f4 lenses are putting them on cheap DX cameras because of the pixel pitch, the amount of information per square millimeter on the sensor. They don't give a damn about the full frame sensor. Most of their shots are cropped anyway. Even at 60, taking a picture of the speckled-breasted woodpecker at 1,000 yards with a gigantic $11,000 lens, front element about that big. You want as much information as possible to crop the hell out of that shot and get as much translational information of the speckled-breasted woodpecker. Or, maybe it's a skier jumping off the ski ramp. I said the D500 would be a legendary camera for Nikon that has proven 100% accurate. I was the first person to say that. What defines it as a legendary camera? It just wasn't another camera in a string of cameras. It's like, okay, here's a Nikon D600. Okay, great. The Nikon D610 came out. That was the fixed issues on the Nikon D600. Okay, then the Nikon D750 came out. Okay, it performs a little bit better. It's better here, it's better there, but ultimately... When the Nikon D500, I was testing it. I made 40 videos before anybody else made one video. I said, it's a legendary camera. Why? It's a shocker. It's a mind blower. It's the same reason that everybody now has bought a Nikon D500. I said this will be a legendary seller. Nikon has even basically admitted it's a legendary camera. And many of the things that Nikon has said, like, the D500 has been incredibly popular. Oh, but everybody said I was full of crap when I said that because I was the first person to say it. So what defines a legendary camera? It's not a next step. But also it is not a serious step. Its performance and the bandwidth spectrum of use. The Nikon D500 is perfect for absolutely everything except for portraiture, obviously due to compression, field of view. The lens, obviously you don't have the wide lenses for landscapes. The Nikon D500 is obviously not ideal for landscape and portraiture. Not that you can't do landscape and portraiture and architecture with the D500 is just far less than ideal. But the spectrum of what it is created for, it is perfect. It is perfect. It is the Cinderella glass slipper for what it is. It was designed as an action wildlife sports camera. And by God, not only is it that, it is damn good at that. Nikon has sold a Jesus load of Nikon D500s. Exactly as I predicted. Oh, you're so full of crap. It's a DX camera. It doesn't have a built-in flash. You are full of it. It has no autofocus assist lamp. Autofocus assist lamp. You crazy, fat, bald, tattooed loser. You're so stupid. This is not going to be a legendary camera for Nikon. Oh, but I was proven 100% correct. So what defines a legendary camera? Is not only that it is not fulfilling its specifications. I mean, that's simple enough. I mean, every camera can fulfill its specifications. If you go off a spec sheet, I mean, every camera from Sony, for example, is a pure winner. It's like, oh, this is a winner. God, look at that specification. No, what the Nikon D500 is not a specification sheet. It is more than the sum of its parts in performance. And it is not performing better than the Nikon I know the D750 is a full-frame camera, but it's not performing better than the D750, but it is par excellence for what it was designed for. I mean, it'll track birds in flight, biffies, birds in flight, perfectly. For sports, for low-light performance, I mean, I'm taking perfectly clear, usable images at ISO 40,000. I'm taking images of stuff I can't see at ISO 40,000. The XQD card makes the buffer nearly bottomless. It is worth every bit of the $2,000 that Nikon is charging for it because it does what it is designed to do perfectly, accurately, and to the full satisfaction of the person that is buying it for the intended specification that it says it to be. There are many cameras that say, we are this. Kind of like a recent camera that's called the action camera. Well, it turns out it's not an action camera at all. Well, it's got an impressive spec sheet. Oh, it's a DSLR killer. Oh, wait a minute. The buffer's bad. It's got banding issues. It only does 5 frames per second mechanical shutter. It's got no glass. On and on. You know, the specification sheets would lead you to believe it's a legendary camera. There's nothing legendary about it. I mean, it's not even desirable. Below even legendary would be desirable. Like highly desirable camera, meaning it's excellent camera. What's an example of that? Nikon D5 is an excellent camera. Not really. It's insanely overpriced. It's got nothing over the Nikon D5 other than the field of view. But I wouldn't choose that damn camera for portraiture. It's like, so what if it's a full-frame camera? So what? It's not the camera you would choose for wildlife, not at 20 megapixels. Doesn't have the pixel density for landscapes. It's an excellent camera, but that's all it is. I mean, I rode the Nikon D5. It's like, people don't understand cameras. I mean, I've owned every digital camera Nikon's come out with. It's like, how can you say the D500 is legendary and, piss all over the Nikon? Because it's self-evident. The facts are there. The Nikon D5 has been a flop for Nikon. And not because, it's insanely expensive. Even if for $3,000 less, I mean, it's a loser of a camera. It's got nothing there. There is nothing there that commands the price it is. If it did have it, what would make the Nikon D5 legendary? Here is what would make the Nikon D5 legendary. If it were, say, a 30 megapixel sensor instead of a 20, which is what it should be at the very least, you still have incredible high ISO performance with a really good pixel pitch. If there were no damn optical low-pass filter on it, okay? If it weren't made like a freaking Tinker toy, it's not made like a Nikon D3S or Nikon D4S is. It's just not. It's not there. The value is not there. The performance is not there. It's not desirable for landscape. It's not desirable for portraiture. And for sports and action and wildlife, the D5, there are a lot of people that have bought a Nikon D5, is like, to hell with this, and sold it off, took the money, bought a Nikon D500 and a pile of lenses, and are just now happier than a pig in poo. Happier than a worm in a pile of poo. So, that is what defines a legendary camera. The D5, the D500, for example. Another legendary camera, the Nikon D3. If you actually look at Nikon stock, right when the Nikon D3 hit, people were like, holy crap! Nikon stock went whoosh, like this. It skyrocketed. People are like, oh my god, Nikon. That camera is what now? 9, 10 years old? Got 4 of them. That's still a legendary camera. The camera is the toughest digital camera ever made. Ever made. It's a legendary camera. There have been some other legendary cameras, like the Pentax 6.7, the Pentax K1000, oh Lord, the Rolleiflex, the Yashica 124 Matte 124G. They're film and digital. There's actually not many legendary digital cameras. They're not. A legendary camera is still awesome if it's still working. 9, 10 years down the road. Can you name cameras like that? Yeah, the Nikon D3, D3S, D3X. D3S and D3X are horrible values. The price is astronomically high, so the value you're getting is bad. But that's another matter. So anyway, I hope I explained it. A bunch of people ask me, it's like, well, what defines a legendary camera? That is what defines a legendary camera. Take care of your Nikon D5. It's still going to be a legendary, highly desirable camera 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road. Because sports action wildlife is not going to get any faster. There are already really awesome performers for that. So take care of the camera and it's going to be perfectly fine 10 years down the road. That is one of the aspects or faces that defines what a legendary camera is. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you can drop me a book or two. You can tell me to jump off a cliff. Whatever makes you happy. Thank you so much. Bye.